Well, what I'm doing here now is I have this old sifter. I'm going to have to get that little piece down in there. The sifter part. Well, it's all right. I'll mess with that later. But I had that fixed up for Christmas, and it was just sitting back in the bedroom. And I decided that I would fix up the sifter for the spring and Easter to sit on my cabinets. So I went into my Silhouette software and I got a bunny, and I've traced it off and cut it out. And it's on cardboard. This should be an easy project. But I didn't want the whole body. I just wanted to be able to stick the head up like that. So I am just going to take the head, and I've got a chippy brush here, and I'm using some Dixie Belle drop cloth. I'm going to wipe this back, and I'm just going to go over it, but I'm not going to cover it totally. I might want it a little heavier than that, but I'd rather start out little and then add to it. Yeah, I think that looks good. And I'm going to dry it a little bit so I can continue working with it. It won't take much. All right, what I'm going to do, I did cut a little nose out here with wood, but it could be cardboard also. And I'm just going to take that because I'm going to do the cheeks in I have just some blush, and I'm going to put that on there too. I'm going to take that also. I'm running up and down the ears. And on the cheeks, where are my cheeks going to be? Probably about right in here. And I forgot to get my black paint because I'm going to need black for the eyes. Okay, that was easy to do. I'm going to set my nose aside for a minute, put my paint up, and I'll be back with my black paint. All right, now I'm trying to figure out how to put the eyes and stuff on there since this is corrugated cardboard. Tried putting some little marks, and this is an eyeliner brush, and you get them. I got it off of Amazon. 100 comes in a package, and I think it was $6 and something. And I always have a hard time getting brushes where you can make a fine line. I saw someone using this on Facebook, and I immediately went and ordered some. So this is the first time I've used them, but I can see it will make a fine line. I'm just going to put, I guess, one right there. It's kind of hard to do since I kind of went to the side. Just kind of guessing. Say the nose goes right there. I need to come down for the mouth. Just not really sure where to go with it. Oh, kind of went to the side. Let's see. Okay, I think that'll work. And then I'll put some whiskers on him. And I'm wondering I make that just a little bit bigger up there. I love this brush. It's so neat. I'll leave the link to these down below. I mean, that is really, it's stiff and you can get a fine line. Of course, I'm working with corrugated board and that makes it a little hard. It needs some, I don't know, watch me mess it up. I'm thinking it needs some eyebrows. Oh, well, crud. I'll fix it. That one's just a little bigger than it needed to be. I'm going to rinse this out and get my white and try to fix that. Okay. When it's solid. Oops. Got black on there. There. I'm going to leave it like that. I need a shorter glass to rinse my brush out with. That's short. Oh man, that is thin. I'm going to love that. I'm glad I saw her with it. I can't remember who it was, but the minute I saw him, I thought that's just what I need. Okay. Now, I need to heat my glue gun up. Put the nose on. I need a dot in the eye of white also. Just a little dot. There. That's good. And I think I'll take some wax and go around the edges. I'm going to go around the edges. And that's good. It just gives it a little definition around the edges. Now I'm going to turn on my glue gun and get me some little wire or something. I'm going to use something for some whiskers. I'm not sure yet what. And probably put something around the neck. I've glued my nose down and got my wire out. And what I'm using is just some floral wire. And I think I'm going to make 3 for each one. I'm going to wrap it around this little, whatever it is, skewer. Pull it out. I'm going to go ahead and wrap all of them. Kind of pull it out. It's a tiny wire. I can't get it picked up. I'm losing my fingernails. Okay. Now I'm going to see where I want to glue them. Think about like that. I might cut a little bit of that off. It was kind of long. Anyways, I'm going to go through here and I'm going to glue each one of these little pieces of wire on there. I'm going to do 3 on each side, and then I'll be back. And I did go ahead and just wrap a little piece of yellow homespun material around the neck. Now, I'm taking some more of my brown wax, and I have some of these Dollar Tree carrots. They're just a little too bright for me. I'm just going over it a little bit with the brown wax. They had these in there, and I pulled them out. When you pull them out, a couple of them I had, or 2 of them I had to glue the twine back around. It started wanting to come off. Okay, that one made it without any problem. I still want them to be orange, but just not real bright orange. Just want it to come out. Put a little bit of glue right there. Now, they need some tops. Let me cut some of this off. Yeah, I'll stick that down in there. I will leave, I'm going to try to leave the pattern for this down below, because it does fit right in there pretty good. And you could use a can, a jar. You can decorate up a jar, a can, a box. You can do anything and just kind of do it the same way. And that's not wanting to stay, so I'm going to hold that for just a second. Now I have them glued into 3 of them, and I think that's all I'm going to use. And I'm going to put a stick on the back. I do have some styrofoam, I think, down in there. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. No, I don't. Well, stick. I still need the stick. I need to fluff this up some. Okay, I wonder if the stick will stay in place. Yeah, it'll stay in place. It doesn't need to be real long. I want it down in there, probably about like that. Okay, I'll glue this onto there. Am I out of frame? Okay, and then I think these need to have sticks down inside them. And I don't know how far. I'd rather cut it off a little long as short. I need a sharp end. I knew I would on that styrofoam. And get another one. Get this stuff out of my way. All right, I'm going to need some greenery. I'll probably have to use something like that. I have some more down there. And then there's the bunny. I think I might need to get me some styrofoam and put in there. Well, that seems to be all right. And then some carrots. that one's short. I need some more greenery. Okay. I'm going to mess with this for a little bit, and I have a little tag to go on it. What did I do with it? Somewhere I had a tag. Probably put something, wrap something around it, and I have this little tag. Put a little more greenery in there and fix it up a little bit, and it'll be done.
Well, Mom, we're going down to like a local bear joint. We'll see you after a while. Okay.
What? Okay, that was my silly husband coming in, acting like he was inebriated. But anyways, I ended up taking the yellow material I had on the bunny, and I put the orange on it. I don't know why. It just wasn't looking the way I wanted it. Finished up the little whiskers, and then instead of putting the tag on it here, I decided to make a little sign, so I went and made one just a little bit bigger, and ink the edges and put it in there, and just stuff some greenery down in there alongside the carrots and put some material around there. And that's the way it turned out. Alright, I'm going to use some more cardboard, and I searched on the internet for a leaping bunny, and I found this. I'll leave the link down below where I got this one, but all you have to do is go to Google and search leaping bunny, and it'll come up with some things. And I got this idea off of Pinterest, and I noticed it was from Vintage Pebble, and she's on Facebook. So that's where the picture came from, or what, on Pinterest. And I wanted to give her credit for it. And I've had this sitting in my craft room since last summer. I bought it at, oh, I can't remember the name of the little store I went to. No, it wasn't a little store. It was pretty big. And he had all kinds of booths, and I got quite a few things there. But I got this there, and it's been sitting in here, and I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to darken the edges up on this. Probably all over. And I'm using walnut stain, distress ink. Now I'm going to use some of this. This is Drop Cloth by Dixie Belle. I don't know how much I'll need. Surely it's not a whole lot to go over that bunny. I'll set that back there. Set that right there and clean it off in a minute. And now I'm going to use some salt wash. You could use baking soda. I'm just going to put it in a little bit at a time because I don't want to get it too thick. I'll stir it in with my paint. Might want it just a little bit thicker. Not much. About a quarter of a teaspoon is all I put in there that time. About a half a teaspoon the first time. And I'm going to put that on the bunny. We're going to see how it looks. Might not have it thick enough. Don't know what I'm doing. But putting some texture on the bunny. I think that's about all I'm going to put on it. Might make it just a little heavier through the metal. I could have had this thicker. It made it look more like a texture, but I still think it'll be cute. I'm going to kind of bounce a little bit to give it some texture since I got it so thin. Now I'm going to let that dry and I'll come back. Now that my bunny is dry, it shouldn't take too much longer to put together. But I am going to use some more Distress ink in walnut, because my bunny's just a little white. Okay. I'm just going to go lightly over the white. I think I should have ran my... I keep thinking I need to pay attention when I go to cut my cardboard, which way the stripes are running. I think it would look better if they were running that way. But that's the way it goes. Okay, that looks a little better to me. A little more distressed. Now, put this aside. And I can start putting it together. Take my tag off there. I paid $4 for it, which wasn't cheap, but it wasn't bad. It's old. I'm trying to tell. That's a little bent. Still works though. And I did put a piece of... I had some round balls that I had of this floral foam that I bought, and I cut the bottom off from it. I'm going to put that down there, and I'm not going to glue, I don't think, unless I have to. But I don't really want to use hot glue or anything. You know what? Just in case I have to, I might ought to turn on my glue gun. Finally found my glue gun. Hung it on a different hook. For what reason, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to start decorating or embellishing slightly my little bunny. I don't know how much it's going to take. I want to put something around his neck. I got to cut it off about that long. Different pieces I've pulled out here, trying to be ready. Curl back up on me. This here is some cheesecloth, your better grade cheesecloth. And I did coffee dye it. And this here is the cheesecloth I bought at Walmart. The regular cheesecloth, and I coffee dyed it. And this here is some, I think it was a curtain panel, kind of a lace curtain panel I bought and tea dyed, cut up. And then I'll use a piece of lace. I don't know if that's going to be too thick or not. Too much for that little neck. And I am going to hot glue. I'm not going to try to double it and make it too bulky. I'll cut this down and hot glue it. Bow or something in the middle on top of some type. I am going to cut that down some real fast. I know that's way too long. Okay, what kind of bow? That stuff doesn't want to fluff. It just squishes. Made it a little big. Yeah, I made that big. And there's no way to shorten it. I'm gonna hide my bunny. That's good enough. I'll use that on something else. And I think this is too thick. It needs to I need to take something out of it. I'll take that out. Let's see. I think that's thick enough. I'll lay that in there. And then my little bow there. That'll be good. I think it needs a little bit of Sweet Annie or something stuck into it. It's all cream color. Needs just a dab of color. I've got to stop my videos crafting for a little bit and get some. It's the end of March and I haven't started any seeds. And my Sweet Annie seeds are setting up here. I've got to get that done this week. There's just no way around it. I'm trying to figure out where I can stick that. Well, guys, I'm going to go off camera and fiddle with this. So you don't have to endure sitting here watching me figure out what I'm doing. As soon as I get this figured out, if I end up putting something in there, I'll come back and we'll finish up the rest of it. All right, I put just a little bit and cut the ribbon down, or the lace and all that down. And it needs to have a stick. And I'm not getting out my stuff, so I'm just going to color my stick with this. All right, that's good enough. That's the middle. I'll probably have to glue that in there for sure. I may have to glue that in there. That may wiggle. I know I could get some more stuff. All right, I'm going to get some more stuff down in there because I really don't want to put hot glue on this. I just stuffed some more pieces down there, and hopefully that'll hold. That'll be good. Let that dry for just a second. Okay, it is dry, and I went and got my button can, because I think it needs a little button in the middle there, a small one. These are my mama's, because I can tell anything that's in here with that copper wire putting it together. Or wire. They were hers, because that's how she kept them sorted. There's more. Anyways, let's see. That one's hooked together, but I can cut them apart. That's light. It doesn't really show up as well. I think I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to use one of your buttons, Mama. She'd be, I think, 105. And, what is it, 24th? Her birthday's 31st of March. And I think either she'll be 105, she would have been 105 or 106. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that on there. Yeah, that gave it a little something. Okay, then I got some Spanish moss to go around there. That looks cute. And I don't know if I need to do that. Probably maybe tie something around here, or maybe put some little flowers in the... I have some of those little tiny white ones. I don't know. That's cute. That'd be cute sitting on a kitchen counter. All right, I think this one is finished. So, well, it's not, it may not be finished, but this is what I'm going to show you. When if I decide to do anything else to it, I may and may not. I'll show it at the, when I always preview the finished product. So,